Gonna roll the intro and then we'll get right into this. Ducks in to Soldier to go easy on him.
Should be a nice dynamic clash of the two superpowers at the time. Brits.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another random versus random series that we just decided to start with no preparation whatsoever, and somehow it still results in quality entertainment. And today that series is going to be a best of 5 series grudge match between Duolckrad and SoldieR. And co-casting alongside me today, his first time co-casting alongside me, well, probably one of the biggest fans of the channel, is Howlingwolfpaw. Howlingwolfpaw, how are you doing today?
Thank you. That is true. I think you're just an amazing streamer, and really grateful to be part of this. Um, Wanted to. Um, I don't know where to begin because I've never really done this, but I just want to say that I, these new maps for EP are just really incredible, and they make the game really refreshed and new. Especially something like Bonnie Springs here that has this like little town in the center, and there's just so much like diversity and things going on in it that the game very interesting to stream.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I do hear a little bit of echo. I can turn my voice down just slightly. We should be okay. Alright, so spawning in the north of the map, we do have SoldieR playing as the British in the color blue, and spawning in the south, we do have Duolckrad playing as the color green, the civilization Spain. Pretty interested to see how this plays out, especially on this map. Like Howlingwolfpaw was mentioning, this is a very interesting map, probably the most interesting of every map on the ESOC map pool. We don't really see a whole lot of games in Bonnie Springs. Other than the obvious interesting bit, having a town in the center, it also has 2 separate trade routes that are relatively short, and there's an interesting dynamic with these trade routes because when you take them, obviously you want to take the whole line, but the players don't want to take these ones because they're close to the enemy base, and so it's going to be easier for them to lose those. Thank you, Slate. No problem. But yeah, it's going to be easier for them to lose those if they take both of them, so they're more prone to take the ones that are closer to them.
I just realized the city in the center changes too. This is more like a ghost town, but I've seen like banks and factories in it. So there's a lot of randomness to how that turns out.
Oh, I never noticed that. That's actually pretty interesting.
Old West ghost town. No market. So not having a market and start.
The British player typically, what was his wood start? Go to.
He didn't gather one of his coins. They must be saving that for later.
Yeah, he had I think it was a 200 wood start, and so he built a manor. Yeah, there it is. And then he has 65 wood less, or left, that is. He's going to wait until transition. He's going to gather wood for 1 manor for the market and for a barracks, most likely, if he goes with the standard British play. So he'll be getting that market on transition, not right off the start.
It looks like both high-level players are saving that coin for later, just taking the extra few seconds to just gather fast for a faster age up. So it's like a little thing that looks pros are doing. Because I've seen that even in high-end treaty games, saving rates until that.
And we do see the British player aging up right now. Curious to see what we see from the Spanish player. There's a couple different ways he can take this. He could put down a forward outpost, and he could do an outpost rush, tower rush with Spain, which can be viable if you can do enough damage, but he is playing against a bit higher opponent, so we might not see that.
Duolckrad just walked away from a treasure, and yeah, actually he did get it, but he almost could have missed it if we would have been in the realm, because just flipped or something. SoldieR picked up a 40 food treasure, and Duolckrad had got 50 wood.
This is a good treasure right here for either player to get. But right now, this is not looking good for the British player because he's getting a snare from... Actually, I don't know if the War Dog snares or not. Someone will have to let me know. But of course, these two units are both faster than him, so he's going to get a lot of damage off on him.
Yeah, I don't see a snare. Speed's still at 4.5, but he's definitely being pushed way back to his town center by that scout. See, he went up to build that trade post right in his enemy's line. Now, looks like soldiers, explorers got a little less than half health. Duolckrad is pretty good. He's going back for go for another treasure.
I do like this market placement.
Yeah, it creates a nice little chokehold.
I think he placed his market a little bit better than SoldieR did. I mean, SoldieR still has this pretty decent wall between his manors, his barracks, and his market, but if he'd put the market right in that gap, then he would essentially block off that whole area. But the one downside of that is that it's going to be hard to get your own units through the gap. But if you're not too concerned about that and you're willing to run it all the way across, it's getting some damage off on this. Don't think he's going to actually take it, but oh man, that outpost is so late though. This one's already going to be up. He needs to drop it now.
Yeah, dueling outpost over here.
Yeah. And the explorer is going to be sieging this guy, this outpost, building foundation, and of course, while buildings are under construction, you do 4 times the damage. So his 18 siege attack times 4.
Yeah, well, let's maybe seem to go a little more defensive with that. Seeing how they're being put down.
Oh, we have 6 musk, or 5 musk. That is my bad. That are going to come in as well. If they got in there a little bit earlier, they could have done some siege damage of their own. He might actually just try to. Is he going to push this or not? I'm not sure. Okay, so that's nice what we're seeing here. He's actually microwaving back his musks that are being shot at so that they don't die. And that musketeer only has 8 HP left, but if he uses it, he could still get off 1 more shot with it. So
He's got a Cherokee rifleman over here that's doing a little damage while that's happening.
yeah, he should focus down that one. Just press your Alt key and look at it. There's actually 2 that... Yeah, he did so. That was good. Good job from him. There's another one that's pretty low, too, he could take out.
It looks like SoldieR wants this tower down.
Yeah, you might as well take it. It's already halfway there. And that's definitely not what Duolckrad wants. Yeah, he is aging up, and with the fast fortress, it's nice to have that tower so you can ship those strong fortress shipments ahead instead of from your base, but he's not going to be able to do that, it looks like.
Well, at least it buys him some time from some raids. You know, as he's sieging that down, he's not having the musket pressure any abilities or anything else.
Let's go ahead and look at their shipments sent and see what we're looking at economically. We got 3 settlers and 700, 600 wood from SoldieR, so a very economic manor boom he's doing. Although, look at his macro, he's actually idling a lot of settlers. He just now started to move them. And then on Duolckrad's side, he did pretty standard fast fortress build: 3 settlers, 700 gold, then 700 wood, and then 5 settlers. So he has a shipment ahead. He's actually going to be about 2 shipments ahead for 2 reasons. One, Spain gets their shipments faster, but also he did take a trade post that's been benefiting him this whole time.
Yeah, but Duolckrad just lost 3 settlers right there.
Getting some good raids in on Duolckrad settlers. He's going to be able to get at least 1 more.
5 total, 6. I'll pop some stars, but still 7 of those have gone. 8 have gone down now. That looks like I'll be end of that raid.
Yeah, he had the perfect number of musketeers there to kill 1 settler with each volley. Actually, even though he lost all those musketeers, that was definitely a trade that he wanted to take. If you scroll down to the units lost graph, which is UL, is the abbreviation, you can see that he lost 8 settlers total.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. He's now about half the economy minus the trade coast there.
Yeah, on the flip side, SoldieR has lost 14 musketeers, but he's taken out 3 of Duolckrad's musketeers. He's taken out his treasure that he got, his outpost. If he's taken out enough with those, I think that was still cost effective.
Oh yeah.
And now he's going to lose this himself. He is actually aging up to Fortress, and I'm curious to see what he's going to make in Fortress to counter the impending Spanish rush. We're going to see falconets, we're going to see lancers, we might even see pikes once he runs out of cards to add in some more siege.
But, let's see. So now he's going for his own little raid here. With ducks away. We got the lancers coming up. And then muskets also going on the opposite side of the field. So see a nice little squeeze coming in here.
I'm curious as to what he's going to make first. Is he going to continue to make muskets, which aren't going to do too well against lancers? Or is he going to make some longbowmen, which again won't do too well? This is very cav heavy, so I imagine we might see some dragoons come from him. But
Now Duolckrad, he's got like 15 muskets and 2 falconets coming down to the right side of the base here. SoldieR doesn't have anything on that side. He's expecting those Hussar and Lancer on the left.
I like this. He's pushing from both sides. His army's going to have to react to one of those, and then he's going to suffer from the other one. He might get some raids in with this cav. Well, this is definitely not what SoldieR wants at the moment. It's taking some area damage in those muskets, and actually on the herds too, surprisingly. I've seen herds actually die because they got shot by cannonballs, so not exactly positioning you want to be in, having your army on top of your food source.
Absolutely not. He just lost the barracks too, and kind of in a tough spot here because he can't move his civilians from the center. If Duolckrad discovers those, they're kind of trapped in there. And the SoldieR does have a pretty big musket mass, but first 2 cannons and all that, still not going to. Them all in melee mode.
I'll put them in the volley mode, or the take cover mode, whatever you call that again. Cover mode, yes, cover mode.
Look at those bayonets forward. He just got.
Oh man, Duck is cleaning this up. He does have his own falconets that he shipped, and we'll see if he actually manages. Looks like he's already lost 1 of them. He's going to lose the second one here as well. That's 1,000 resources just down the drain. They did nothing of any benefit.
Still almost has double the economy going for him though, so I would still think he should be able to pump out some units. But barracks, and it's about to go down.
I mean, we'll see, but he does have the economic lead, but Duck has the tempo under his hands, and so if he can keep those military production buildings down and he can pressure all of these, I think he's going to have this in the bag, because having superior number of settlers doesn't mean a whole lot whenever you don't have any of them actually working.
This guy just found out in the center, so he lost most of his, or is going to lose most of it.
Yeah, and he's run out of that mine. His next mines are totally out of position. Most of his economy is centered in the center of the map, which he's going to lose as soon as that outpost goes down. And, from here, Duck can just continue to take map control, because, those mines are out of position, and then so are the rest of the hunts, too. And the best way to win against British is just to starve them. And on this map especially, you have that opportunity to starve the British player. So I think this was a very wise civilization choice from Duolckrad, because it's very shipment reliant. You don't have to worry about too much about your own economy, and getting those shipments out means that you can take map control anyway.
Yeah, he's really playing it well, even with that massive village loss at the beginning there. The SoldieR did just pop 2 barracks, so he might be able to start spamming a whole bunch more muskets. But the economy-wise, looks like Duolckrad actually has a lot more food in the bank. Made a whole bunch of units.
Yeah, the army currently is 16 muskets and 2 falcons, 4 lancers, versus 22 musks. And that's definitely in Duolckrad's favor, especially if he makes good use of those falconets, which I'm sure we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't decide to get a stable for a soldier.
I'm curious.
Something about this falconet.
I'm curious, perhaps, if Soldier knew what this map was, and knew that it's got some pretty spread out hunts, and it's not very resource heavy.
That one line of musket there is the only thing protecting soldiers, like basically half his economy or more. Now I have longbow. The soldier switched to longbow and get those pikes and no, he's not targeting the falcon.
I think this signifies the end.
Oh, let me Billy all in.
I mean, it makes sense to use them, but he's just falling behind economically. The economic population is almost even now, and a lot of his settlers aren't even gathering to begin with. He's going to clean this up. He is going to hold this, but the question is if he can hold the next push from Duolckrad, and what that's going to be. I'm curious though, because Duolckrad wasn't as economically set up. Looks like he's dropping a stable down now. I imagine we're going to see lancers from him. He does still have map control though, so if he can maintain the map control and try to keep Soldier off of resources, he might still be able to pull out the win. I don't know. Soldier could potentially do it. He has these longbowmen, which he's kind of transitioned to.
Yeah, I mean, he did upgrade his muskets as well, so they're gonna win 1-for-1. And so I would definitely, if I were Duolckrad, I would try and upgrade some of my. That's why I'm not making anymore. Maybe that's part of the reason for going with it. But I'm much good compared to Duolckrad.
Duolckrad does have enough units. He could just come in here and he could push into those.
I mean, their economies are relatively very close now.
Yeah. Essentially, he was able to keep Soldier's his manor boom down, and he didn't really benefit from the manor boom as much as he could have. But honestly, at this point in the game, it could still go Soldier's direction if he manages to get out some. At this point, longbowmen. He only has, looks like, 2. Where's Lancers at? Yeah, he only has 2 Lancers. Just focus those down and longbow and a wall. Okay, so he has 5 husks come out. I don't know. He might be able to hold this.
Those rods, though, just those bowmen. It's like a soldier. He's gonna go down and try for another raid.
Yeah, that's what it does look like. I don't know. I think he might be better served to use those in the fight.
Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna deal with all this from.
I mean, he's gonna get those. He might get these, but 4 villagers isn't worth losing your entire town for. But even then, with those 5 husks, I don't think the 5 husks would be able to actually stop this. But maybe in combination with the other units that he had, it could have slowed it down enough that it no longer had the siege potential to actually win the game.
Yeah, with those 10 pikemen over there. I see at least 1 or 2 more barracks go down, back to no production.
Yeah, this is definitely the right thing for Duolckrad to be doing, is just to keep these military production facilities down.
Yeah, I mean, you can see soldiers. He's sending his muskets down to Duolckrad's base on the flanking side, allowing this base trade to kind of continue. Not even really a trade at this point. It's just most of Duolckrad's economy is actually on the other side of it.
Yeah, at this point in the game, because it's such a low hunt area, it's going to be hard to herd those into your base. And if you really just pressure those herds and keep the other player off of them, you can secure the resources and starve them out. But at this point, Duck still does have the upper hand as far as military goes. His economy is falling behind again, though. It's at 31 to 26 at the moment. But Duck...
Yeah, those are relative, or spot on the same. I don't know how different in Civ that's reflected differently for each Civ, or if they actually are really even at this point.
This is good seeing from Soldier. He's not going to manage to
Oh,
actually kill all of these, but he is going to. Okay, with like really good micro, these Dragoons could totally kill all these SSR.
yeah. And that
Do-
is a really
no, it
sort
doesn't.
of he's
Does
not
nothing we
carrying them
see.
enough.
This is a great raid coming in from Soldier. Let me actually flip back to the units lost and see where they stand as far as that goes. Soldiers lost 20 settlers and Ducks lost 14 as of now, so this actually is fairly even as far as the raids go. But on the
Duolckrad is getting a few settlers here on the other side of the map as well. So they're kind of just tit for tat going at that. Now they're all being surrounded for now.
oh, that's really big. That's a lot of settlers.
That's evening up the settlers.
And now that actually brings Duolckrad back into the advantage settler-wise.
Oh yeah, look, he just lost number 4.
Yeah, it's 27 to 15. He's gonna be losing. No, I guess he's gonna save that one. So
His corp, he says.
Soldiers actually lost almost twice as many settlers. This is not exactly the direction that he wants to be in right now.
Like Soldier did find a relatively safe hunt here at the back of the map. That's actually a really nice hunt area.
Yeah, that's a pretty good area. I mean, it can do two things to him though. It can either screw him or it can save him, because then your settlers have nowhere to run. But with an outpost there, maybe to buy some time, or in some military units, it's definitely safer than perhaps the one in the center.
So let's see. It looks like his Lancers know where Soldier's abilities are going to be, but went there and they're not there.
We do see Dunk taking the left side of the map, which is pretty smart. And actually, interestingly enough, mirrored by that, on the other side, we do see Soldier taking more of the map as well.
Yeah, look at that.
That's actually really funny.
Time.
Although, playing in Duck's advantage is the fact that these hunts have not really been touched a whole lot. He still has the entire deer hunt right here. While on Soldier's side of the map that he's taking, Duck's already really exhausted half this deer hunt, and he's hurting it away too. And it does look like Duck actually saw that. Perhaps he saw the... oh, maybe he didn't see it.
Even that big mine, that's pretty down. Got 1,200 resources left.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish Duck had seen that, because he could have just sieged on that town center just fine there. But it looks like it isn't quite in his line of sight.
I thought those were all 5,000 coin mines, gold mines like that.
Yeah, these are actually copper mines. They look like gold mines, but if I recall correctly, they only have 1,500.
I'm seeing 2,000 on this one of them.
Okay, yeah, they're 2,000 then.
Yeah, 2,000 down here in Duolckrad's end of the...
It is the tin mines, I believe, that have 1,500. Some of the stuff that the EPG team changed.
Another little engagement that almost happened here at the top of the map, because Duolckrad's kind of moving his troops back to his troops somewhere.
Duolckrad does still have the advantage here. This army is almost entirely muskets, and there's some longbows that are mixed in. He has skirmishers, which counter the muskets. He has lancers, which counter all of it, and then he has muskets of his own, which are weaker. But even with that being said,
and he's gonna stop this second base, or at least he now knows about it and keep an eye on it. I like that he's not. I like that he's not gonna just try and see.
some small problems there with the micro, with the lancers. Most of them just died to the muskets. Unless Duolckrad has some reinforcing batches coming in, I think Soldier will actually win this little skirmish. Yeah,
you kind of missed that. Now they're even in, basically even in military and pretty close game. A lot of back and forth happening here.
Yeah, for sure. I like this too. He's taking a lot of map control here. The question is if he can keep it, and that's going to be interesting because we're seeing the upgrade cards coming in for Soldier, which make those muskets really strong in H3. They got the veteran upgrade, and they have the two. Let's check his deck, make sure he has all those upgrades. But they have the veteran C, and then they have two upgrades in Colonial. Yeah, then he has the third one in H3. So these things are beasts in H3, and especially if the enemy isn't really making a good counter to them.
Did Duolckrad, did he upgrade his muskets?
Oh, what was that?
Did Duolckrad upgrade his muskets?
Let me see if he has any on the map right now. He actually doesn't, so I can't. Let me check texts that were researched, texts completed. No, he has not researched veteran musketeers. So his muskets are actually pretty weak now in comparison.
Meantime, though, he just took some answers and he conducted.
Although Duolckrad did send the card that makes his lancers I can't say the word. I'm not Spanish. Caballeros. Yeah, that word. Caballeros.
Really, such a strong card. I mean, 25 true percent attack.
Now he's shipping Rodorelos. So he has 10 of those on the map right now. I wonder if we're going to see him raid with those or not.
I really like rods. They are like one of the perfect melee infantry units.
Yeah, they are definitely pretty fun to play with.
Looking at the hunt situation, seeing that Soldier is probably going to have to go to mills pretty soon. A whole lot of hunts for him at the moment.
Yeah, he's actually building those mills right now. Turning into a late game here. And Duck still does have...
basically 3 left.
Yeah, he has 5 standing deer left over here. He has 2 that are on the ground. Does he have any over here? 3 more on the standing over there. So yeah, he still has access to a good portion of food. He also has his bison hunt down here, which is a lot of food as well. So if he takes advantage of that, the ecos are still relatively even. But Soldier is again pulling out ahead. He's got about a 7 villager lead there.
And the Duolckrad found 2 soldiers here on the left for a while. He kind of was searching for him at one point. Finally discovered him.
Yeah, so he's doing real good on that. And the only resources that Soldier's actually securing with this town center is that mine, which, I mean, yeah, you need gold. You're making musk-husk, but you need food a lot more than you need the gold.
I'm wondering what's going on with Soldier. He's not really producing any military, and he's not really banking any food for trying to age up. So
he's just trying to stabilize at this point. It's hard when if you switch over to mills to continue to supply that military production as well as villager production. And so it's just this transitionary period where you notice a distinct cut in military. Because it doesn't look... Let's go ahead and... Yeah, he doesn't have any of the upgrades for his mills. He did send refrigeration, though, which that's a good card to send, especially when you're transitioning over to mills. I mean, it's really just a good card to send in general if you can afford it economically.
he is again going for villager raid instead of trying to fight this army, which is probably good.
Yeah, I see a lot of players that do this whenever they're getting attacked, because usually when you're being attacked, the enemy's paying attention to attacking you and not so much on their villagers. So that can be pretty smart to do. And this actually brought back into the advantage of Soldier. He's now 8 villagers ahead, it looks like.
I've seen 6.
Yeah, 6, that's my bad.
Or less, yeah, I guess, even in the rush. More muskets about to pick off some village over here. Yeah. other trade post area. Duolckrad is taking Soldier stable.
And Duck's been doing a great job of just taking out these military facilities.
Yeah, both are going to have to find a way to bounce back.
He's
Even 34-42 isn't that big of a lead considering he's off Hunt at the moment.
yeah. He's lost 4 barracks and 2 stables so far.
Wow, would.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, even though Soldier's doing bad as far as map control goes, he is doing a very good job with these raids. You just got random musketeers running around killing villagers. You got this hussar running around and killing villagers. Like, we're seeing it even now. He has them split up into 2. He's using with those hussars at the same time he's using these muskets, and that's a very nice play to look at. Yeah, the units.
How do you find against loss?
On this, okay, so you see the 2 little information bars, and right now it's probably set to all units for you. The second bar, the narrower one, click the drop down menu and go to UL, and that shows you all the units lost. It's insane. 108 muskets lost to 43 muskets.
Wow. So it's like 25 Lancers versus like, so he's only made 9 Hussar, which 9 Hussar have died. That's kind of actually surprising considering how much damage he's done with them.
Yeah, most of those villager kills were by Hussar. Although he did get a lot with the muskets as well, though. Yeah, he's going to lose all these. I don't know, he might manage to get 1 away if he brings that military in. Just to kind of push him back. No, doesn't look like Duck's going to back off at all either. I mean, that's a lot of settlers. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a GG. But at the same token, like, the Soldier's been doing a really good job with his own rating, so maybe he doesn't feel too bad losing it. Like, as we speak, as he's losing villagers, he's actually down here attacking other villagers, so like we have these simultaneous raids going on.
Oh, he got his outpost up in time, but his villagers, he saved 1. Duolckrad saved 1 villager with his outpost.
Yeah, so even though he just got a huge raid in, the Soldier's still ahead. It's 38-30. So he's actually doing a really good job with these trades as far as the settlers go. He's going to lose all of these, though.
Not making it easy for Duolckrad at all. And
no, you can tell Duolckrad, he's having to play hard, and he's doing a good job of it, too.
sort of like just a difference in styles or like strategies of this game where Duolckrad is doing more like build an army and take that army and try and work out your base, and Soldier's playing a little softer side where it's like,
oh, I like this a lot. We see Duolckrad, he's actually coming in to snare the entire army with those lancers, and then he's bringing in his rotorwailers and his skirmishers, and he's actually bringing the goons in as well. This entire army is going to die, and there's nothing Soldier can do about it.
no, you can't stop that.
And this just swings the entire game into Duolcrad's favor, because now he has that the timing opportunity. Like, get another batch of units, maybe a shipment as well, and just push. And did he get? I don't know. Did he just send a shipment or not? I don't think he did. Okay, yeah, he did. He sent the 4 settler card, which, I mean, it's not as valuable later in the game, but with all these raids going on, I guess everything is important. But yeah, the tempo.
Get his build back up, and now Soldier's in some real trouble here.
Yeah, he has 9 military units, and he's actually dipping below in the settler count now, so this is not looking good. We do see a good game coming from Soldier, so game number 1 of this best of 5 series between Duolckrad and Soldier goes to Duolckrad.
This game didn't happen, we're all in agreement.
That was very exciting to see. I think I just accidentally turned my friend versus foe colors on, so it's like in the north of the map we have red playing as and in the south we also have red. Let's fix that real quick.
Really interesting game. There's just a kind of on your feet, like because it could have gone any way at so many points. Very even, actually. Little decisions made the difference.
Posting that one onto the forums, even though he says let's all forget about that. That was very... What was recorded?
The funny thing is, it's Duolckrad that's like this game never happened. It's not sold.
Tell that to the live stream. That was actually really exciting. Good gameplay on Bonnie Springs, and I think they actually kind of got what they were wanting. Like, they designed the map wanting the back and forth game, and they wanted that element of map control, and we definitely got that.
And looking at the economy rates, both lost like 40 and 36 villagers. I mean, they were both at each other's necks for that. I mean, SoldieR did just lose a whole bunch right here at the end, but they were both on top of killing victors and fighting battles.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and run the next poll.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here.
Alright, guys, go ahead and start your votes up again. You got 2 minutes to do so. Don't vote for Bonnie Springs, because I'm just going to ignore the votes and go to the second place one. So, each game we change the map. We don't do any repeat maps, so keep that in mind. And thank you, Wolfpaw, for the map info. I think I have it set up for, like, a few of them.
Trying to do everything I can to help take some pressure off you.
Yeah, like I got it set up for Adirondacks, so it'll do that, like as an example of how it works. I got about half of them done.
Okay, yeah, so he's put Adirondacks and give a description. Okay. If you go to the link, though, you will be able to see like a picture layout of the map.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've never seen them before.
I'm about 99% sure that Discord does not, or not Discord, that Twitch does not support like images inside their chats. If it did, that'd be so cool to post like the actual minimap and the little picture.
Yeah, no, they don't. It'd be so hard to regulate, and people would be posting inappropriate stuff. So.
Yeah, now that I think about it, though, I might be able to make something work with my actual stream and have an overlay picture of each map, and then like just put the overlay up in the corner. I'll think about that. I'll think if I can make that work. That's actually pretty cool, I think.
Yeah,
See. Did someone vote Bonnie Springs again just to be a smartass?
Images would suck because of NFFW.
Not safe for work. He just said it wrong.
Oh yeah, not safe for work. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like inappropriate stuff, trolling.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yep. With freedom comes responsibility, comes...
Alright, so there's a tie between Bonnie Springs and Colorado, and we're not doing Bonnie Springs, so it's going to be Colorado.
Oh, good. I want to see Colorado. I want to play that.
I think my family stopped listening to the movie. Or watching, I suppose.
The thing is very green at the moment.
Very green. It's not even slightly green. This is incredibly green. This is best of 3 or best of 5. This is a best of 5. Yes. I always love a good best of 5. I think like
yeah, best of 3. I mean, just goes by. Sometimes it can go by so fast. It's like really a broad depth of different civs that people can play. And like, what I'm saying with that is, like, people play the 2 top civs, you might get 2 easy wins with like a really strong rush or something. One misclick in early game.
Yeah, those of you in the chat asking like whose ID 0 and whose ID 1 for the betting, I forget. I think it says at the beginning of each bet. If I remember correctly, Duck is 0 and SoldieR is 1. Although let me scroll up here. I might have actually removed that and add in SoldieR. There we go. Yeah, Duck 0, SoldieR is 1. Just checked it and edited it. Alright, so Germany versus Russia. Duck just got counterpicked hard. Like,
Yep.
Russia can really... I mean, they were buffed on the patch. They have cheaper villager batches, I believe. Don't quote me on this. Don't hate me for not knowing, guys. I think it's like 255 now instead of
right.
what it was.
It is really that is a big buff.
And then on the flip side, the Germans were nerfed. Their Ulans get less HP than they do on the RE patch. They get minus 10. So, this will be interesting to see how this goes. Germany, obviously, it always wants to go to the fortress because they have these really strong fortress shipments, but Russia, on the other hand, can very easily get a very strong colonial push. And if you can't hold that as Germany, you're going to be pretty screwed. So I'm curious to see exactly what happens. And those of you asking, I did just now start the bet. You have 5 minutes to put your bets in. If you vote on the correct person, your bet will double itself, and you will profit. So betting equals profit. Just keep that in mind.
House always wins, though.
Loading this up right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second game of the best of 5 series between SoldieR and Duolckrad. We are playing on the map Colorado, and co-casting alongside me today is perhaps the biggest fan of my Twitch channel, Howlingwolfpaw. Howlingwolfpaw, welcome to the stream.
Thank you, Slight. It's a pleasure to be here in Casper today. I hope everybody's enjoying these games. We just had a really close game between these two players, and I'm hoping that boost Duolckrad's confidence to make this one, so he believes in himself and can pull out the same thing happening. Them voting for one or the other, but he's a little bit of the underdog, I guess, in PR wise for people who don't know these players.
Yeah, absolutely. Had plenty of time there for the starting Vil micro as well, so we do see some great splitting from the Russian player and the German player as well. So we're going to get this underway, and I'm curious to see what we're going to see from both players. I imagine that what we're going to see from Duolckrad is pretty standard German play, and the same from SoldieR. In perfect circumstances, but as it is right now, I think that the Russian player has the advantage here because he can put that forward blockhouse and he can just pressure Germany, and if you pressure Germany enough and you do it correctly, then Germany's not going to age up and profit from those age 3 shipments. Some would say that all Germany has to do is send 8 cross, or not 8, I think it is 8, check that, yes, but send crossbow and call Minutemen and use your SR that you train and you can hold it off. But I don't know, on the patch I think Russia can still follow up with more units. What is your opinion on that?
I'm not too familiar with this matchup, but I do know, like you say, Russia has that really powerful colonial mass that have to do something about. I wouldn't say you could go directly to fast fortress. You have to kind of turtle up if you want to get to a higher age, which I think Germany does want to at least be in age 3 for the stronger, more powerful units. Because once you do have that, then Russian army masses aren't really as strong as they look. But so I do see Duolckrad went for an immediate trade post, so
Yeah,
it looks like he is hoping to get some good shipments in that will help him do that.
for sure. Anytime you get a 200 wood start, you're going to want to take a trade post immediately as the German player, so you can profit from the trade post, because the German player, they need more XP in order to get their shipments, and so that's why you want to drop that.
And SoldieR thought that was an odd trade post pick, but I actually think it was a pretty good choice.
Let's see what he'd go for. Shouldn't have sent. It's lagging a little bit and displaying that. Maybe just because they haven't sent it, it hasn't arrived quite yet. Imagine we're going to see distributivism coming from SoldieR, and we're going to see, yeah, 2 settler wagons coming from Duolckrad. There's going to be no shenanigans as far as first cards this game. I mean, I've seen some funny games before where the first card from the German player was Advanced Trading Post, which is something you do not really see that often, but it is possible.
He just
Yeah.
missed score here. It looks like he'll be able to survive and get this 150 coin.
Yeah, but he lost way more HP than he wanted to lose.
Yeah, that can bite you later.
Oh, Anonymous said that it reset on him, so he was attacking it and then its health reset. That's no fun. Tons of damage, yeah. Oh, but on the flip side, he did get 150 coin, which is really good for him. That means that he's going to be able to age up a little bit faster, 150 coin faster, which is always nice. We do see that SoldieR is aging up first. What's this treasure up here? 95 wood. Yeah, that's great treasure for both players. Honestly, I don't really know which player it is better for in this matchup. I know that both players would love to take that.
Oh yeah, I mean that 150 coin is probably still the best treasure on the map. So
this is really good.
It's wise to at least prevent someone else from getting it.
These big XP treasures can put you almost a full shipment ahead if you set them at the right time, and then you get kills and stuff with it that kind of just... Okay, so he does know exactly where this is.
Blockhouse going up.
Oh, he's called Minuteman. This is gonna be really, really, really interesting. Okay, he's gonna stop this. That's for sure.
No,
oh, but SoldieR sees it. SoldieR sees it. He has a scout here, but he hasn't done anything. He's gonna send the settlers back. I think he's gonna wait maybe for the for these guys their HP to go down a little bit, and then he'll try to get them down with his. But it's dead. I don't know. I was gonna expect that perhaps he would use this native scout to come in and like one-hit punch all these guys, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that. He's gonna bring the settlers back in, it looks like, and he's gonna one-shot these guys. But they lost. It just nothing happened to help him there. This is not good for the Russian player. This definitely puts the tempo right back into Duolckrad's favor. That was a big risk for him to take though, because if he lost those Minutemen, he invested 300 resources into trolling SoldieR, which in this case though it worked. And, the blockhouse is 250 wood. He's lost time and he's not able to push like how we wanted to, so he might actually lose this game. And what I would like to see at this point is to see Duolckrad take another trade post.
Yeah, he just lost 250 wood there, and 4 is down. That was a really good response from Duolckrad.
Yeah, so he's actually moving right on into doing a stable. So we're going to see some Cossacks come out. I don't know. I think perhaps maybe he should have went ahead and made the blockhouse. Duolckrad might actually get some villager kills in here. Like, this villager's out of position. They can get sniped.
Right.
Although there's the Cossack.
He might just be right out of vision. It looks like Duolckrad gained some Ulans out now. You got 2 just kind of protecting all those really valuable settler wagons. He probably just knows a raid's coming in, is my guess.
Yeah, he gets free. Obviously, he gets free Ulans with every shipment, and both of these cavalry are weaker than your typical cavalry. You have your Ulans, which are lower HP than a Hussar, and you have your Cossack, which are also weaker because they're Russian units, which are cheaper, but more cost-effective. So, with good micro,
225.
Yeah, with good micro, either player could have won there, but Duolckrad ended up having more. Yeah, that trade was so good.
We got 3 more coming in.
Damn.
That won't do anything.
Nope. Oh, it's a good thing that he backed off. If Duolckrad can get the snare on there, that would not be good whatsoever. Yeah, these Cossacks. 75 food, 75 coin each. So it's 150 resources, as opposed to the Ulans, which are also 150 resources. So
now he's going back to that blockhouse, and will Duolckrad see it and stop it again? And it does.
Although the Ulans do cost slightly more villager seconds, because gold gathers more slowly than food, and the Cossack cost a little bit less gold. It's pretty inconsequential, though, in the end.
Yeah, it's not really too much. As far as which is more effective, though, it's hard to really say. I mean, you've got like almost slightly less than 50% more attack, but a third or even like a quarter more hit points.
Yeah, it just
So
comes down
you
to who
want,
micros better, I think. Oh no, we'll
yeah,
have to.
and they're just going pure Cossack and pure Ruan at this point. Red put his blockhouse now back in defensively as base. He must know he lost kind of map control. We look at the ability population 29, 23, 2 to 28. I mean, it could be a really good game.
Yeah, for sure.
And now he's got a couple doppels. Love doppels. Never see enough of those using the game.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the noise since I was dealing with some stuff that was going on in the Twitch chat. I will follow the screen now and follow the battles. Just trying to untime out somebody.
About to lose his third blockhouse, and in response, put 2 more. Not done yet. He knows he still has a chance. He feels a bunch of infantry.
Okay, this is a great position for Duolckrad.
Yeah, he definitely has SoldieR squeezed at the back of his base here wherever he can to. These Ruans will clean up these Minutemen and
Yeah, he's exactly where he wants to be. At this point, Duolckrad, he's saving up. He's going to go Fortress. He's almost at the 1200 food, and he's quickly amassing the gold that he needs. And SoldieR's nowhere close to aging up. And so, as long as Duolckrad can maintain pressure on him and keep him in the Colonial Age while following up with his own Fortress Age, he's just going to put so many units inside of SoldieR's base in such a short amount of time.
I mean, look, SoldieR has 3,400 food, or had 3.
And now we do see Duolckrad aging up with the fast age up option.
Yep. Get some houses down here as well. I don't know. 15 Stretlets and 3 Cossacks versus this.
Yeah, Duolckrad will win this.
They are kind of lower hit point ones, but still.
Yeah, he's going to lose all these Stretlets. He just wasted a Colonial shipment, which is worth 700 resources, plus the Cossack that he put in there. That was not a trade that he wanted to take. Honestly, I would not be surprised if we see good game as soon as he sees Duolckrad age up. Yeah.
You called it.
Yeah, at this point, he has shipment ready in just a little bit, a few seconds here. And at the same time, he has such a much better economy, 32 to 38. But those are he has map control, which means that SoldieR's going to run out of these hunts fairly quickly. I'll hope for a miracle. It's going to be hard to find a miracle against Age 3 units. He's going to get veteran Ulans if he plays this correctly. They're not researching yet, but they should be here soon, hopefully. He's almost got the coin. I really want to see those.
He's kind of searching for any stray villagers that might pop a blockhouse or stable somewhere. Oh no, he's getting treasures.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing to do. 90 coin. Plus the XP that you get from killing those.
Mm-hmm. Good treasures left on the map. 30% hit. 30% hit points for Explorer. And Wolf.
Yeah, there's the veteran Ulans are being researched is about to hit. And like typically you don't want to right click your Ulans onto Musketeers, but these are Russian Musketeers. and they're weak. They're very weak. 120 HP and only 10 hand attack. It's times 3 against Cav, so it's 30 hand attack. But honestly, that's not going to do anything against the veteran Ulans. These guys are pretty OP. They got 44 hand attack, and he can always follow it up with the cavalry combat card. Where is it?
Yeah,
there it is. And he's got skirmishers mixed in too, which is pretty good.
Yeah, he's got quite a few muskets now.
In this case, what the Russian player should do, in my opinion, is he should send boyars and just mass up Cossacks, because Duolckrad has no real anti-cav here. I think the veteran Ulans will still beat Cossacks that have boyars, though, so there's really nothing else that he can do in H2 against H3.
You remind me what boyars, what kind of upgrade that is.
It increases the, I think it's attack and HP. I think it might be just attack, but of your, actually I can just pull it up here, so I can give you a proper answer. But it's of your, nope, it's hit points, yeah. Hit points and attack of your Cossacks, your Strelets, and your Prekniks by 15%. So it's a very strong card that increases the hit points and attack by 50% of 3 different units that are going to be useful for like the entire game. So definitely something that is a very good card to send.
Yeah, 15%. Doesn't sound like much, but it makes everything like kind of die in like one last hit.
Well, I mean, to put
like backing stuff.
Yeah, and to put it in perspective, you know, for example, this H3 card that Duolckrad has increases the attack and hit points of his Cossack, of his Ulans by 15%. And that's just one unit for an H3 card, as opposed to an H2 card, which is the same thing for 3 different units.
We got 5 war wagons. That's nice right there. The Ulans are gone, but those skirms and war wagons. That's a little force right there to be reckoned with.
Yeah, these war wagons, even though they don't really directly counter the infantry here, they're very tanky. They have 500 HP, so they're going to absorb a lot of the shots if Soldier doesn't micro correctly, and even then their base stats are pretty good, 42 range attack.
Yeah, I mean, they like have a hit point of almost 4 muskets each, and only take 3 shots to kill a musket. So they're like kind of like mini Russian muskets. This UI I can't actually see what it does, but I think it's like 2 or something maybe. You know what the Russian musket base attack is?
What was that?
You know what the Russian musket base attack is?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember the attack. I remember the HP is 120. Let me click one of these muskets here. 10 hand attack, 18 range attack. Yeah, they're pretty weak little fellows. And we do see Soldier resign, so game number 2 in the best of 5 series between Soldier and Duolckrad goes to Duolckrad. Good game, well played. And Soldier's on edge now. Duolckrad can comfortably lose the next 2 games and still have a chance to win the series, while Soldier, he has to win 3 in a row if he wants to win the series, and that is definitely something that's going to put any player on edge.
That must be really good for Duolckrad. I mean, he had that really close game, then this was a decisive victory, well played at every move. It's just
yeah. It could have gone down a lot differently, though. The entire game kind of rode on the fact that he was able to get, to kill the forward base from Russia with his Minutemen. If he had failed in that, he would have been 300 resources down, and the blockhouse would still be up, and the settlers would still be alive, and it would have played out a lot differently.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's just those little things that stack like in a mathematical sense, just all like escalates and snowballs. But that was just beautifully done. How he saw it coming and prepared for it. back. I'm going back in the lobby. Get some water.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So we have a tie between Hudson and Manchak. Area.
What were the two again?
Looks like we have a tie, tie between Hudson and Manchuria or Manchak.
Let's go with Manchak. I almost never see Manchak, and we see a lot of Hudson Bay.
Yeah, yeah. Hudson Bay is a lot like Sagune, right?
Yeah, it's essentially the
Yeah.
EP remake of that, and it's a great map. But I would like to. I'd rather see some map that we don't see a whole lot, get it some exposure. And of,
Totally.
and of course,
Even
if
though
what's that?
I was just gonna say on Louis E, Sagune is my favorite map of all time, but I'm definitely down for me.
He's gonna go with Ottoman. Classy, classy, classy.
Let me get back in game.
I'm curious as to who the top 10 are. Sir Colin, Octanium. Oh wow, Duck has dropped down to 4. Cheddar's risen up to 5. Oh, Sir Musket's on the board. Didn't know he was. So is Mino and Ongut. Interesting. Duck says it's going to be a 3-2.
Yeah, I think Ottomans are still pretty strong in this. Really, just the one major nerf to the Abbas. Yeah, 0.5 second delay for the rate of fire, but hiding it a lot. It doesn't. Although I've never played Ottomans.
Alright, they're greened up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3 in the best of 5 series between Duolckrad and SoldieR. So far the score is 2-0 in Duolckrad's favor, and the third game is being played on ESOC Manchak. Co-casting alongside me today is Howlingwolfpaw. Howlingwolfpaw, how do you feel about the game so far?
Well, I'm wondering what's going on in the heads of our players at this point. We have SoldieR, who's colonial, kind of expected to be in the lead, I think, and Duolckrad, who's a major, still, like, these are very top players, and I'm wondering really what is the difference between a Colonel. Really, at this point, what I'm seeing is not much. They're both playing very well, I think. Uh, I wonder if SoldieR is feeling a little under pressure now that
Yeah.
he is losing 2-0, and Duolckrad is feeling a little. Is he feeling good about this, or is he feeling like overconfident at this point, or
Well, I think I know what.
will he keep that same intensity as one classic?
Yeah, I think I know what we're gonna see. I'm hearing a little bit of feedback from your mic though. But
Might just sniffing. Maybe not.
so
It's,
what we're looking at here is Duolckrad. He's probably a little bit underranked. I think he's better than perhaps his rank shows. And then we have SoldieR, who's a little bit rusty, and maybe he hasn't been playing as many games as he should. He said he's not been playing as good lately, so that kind of evens them out a little bit. And then on the other side, what you're saying about the player's mentality, we have SoldieR who's lost 2 games in a row. It's a best-of-5 series, which means if Duolckrad wins this, then he wins the series, and SoldieR will get 3-0'd. And SoldieR obviously doesn't want that, so he's under a lot of pressure to play really well here. And some players, they do play better when they're under pressure, while others, they do way worse when they're under pressure. And I'm curious as to which kind of player SoldieR is. On the flip side, Duolckrad knows that he can lose the next 2 games, and he'll still have a good chance at winning the series. And so what I think we're going to see from him is a bit of a troll strat. And I've seen this in a couple of games he's done. And what he's going to, if he does what I think he's going to do, and what I hope we see him do, is he's going to take both of these, and then he's going to send the native treaties. I believe that's the name of the card, and it's going to send him a shipment from each of the civilizations. But oh, okay, so we're not going to see that. He didn't put that card in his deck. Okay, so I guess he's going to play a little bit more standard here. I was really hoping to see that. Okay.
yeah, I played a game versus Sir Musket recently, and he used some natives early on versus me, and it really caught me off guard. On a different map, of course, but the natives in gameplay when you're not expecting it really just threw me off. He had like age 2 Apache warriors.
Yeah, we're going to see some treasure contention up here.
So good. 2 stray dogs.
Nice. SoldieR did manage to get that. And that's a pretty big treasure right there. He's going to lose his explorer now. Actually, he might actually get it back to his town just in time. I mean, losing your explorer is not something you want to do, especially for the Ottoman player who might want to take this second trade post, because he's able to get the map control and take the center there, and then he can just take that trade post and profit from it as well. Doesn't look like we're going to see that, because now he cannot comfortably go anywhere, because he's going to be risking getting killed.
Help SoldieR pick up another food treasure. This Soldier's score is down. It's only at 61 hit points, though. So he has to be kind of careful with what he does for the rest. Do you know if does the crack shot work on dogs, or is that only like treasure guardians?
Yeah, it only works on treasure guardians, and it will also work on guardians that the native civilizations have converted. But other than that, it won't work.
We did manage to kill that dog. About half hit points left. So Ogden's a little bit ahead on his age up.
Yeah, pretty standard. The Ottomans can age up a lot faster than Germany. Perhaps, no? Okay, this is interesting. We're going to see something maybe a little bit unstandard from SoldieR. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm just kind of overestimating, but he did age up with 16 villagers instead of 17, which is the normal. So, going to go for a little bit lesser on the economy and prioritize just getting out that military quicker.
Yeah, I mean, he must really want to like ward off that Ottoman rush. So strong. Play a little more safe. The market going up. Market for Duolckrad at the moment. he's also positioned himself up to take.
Yep, and there's that. Both those war dogs are dead now, unfortunately. And honestly, SoldieR doesn't really want to be attacking Duolckrad right now, because Duolckrad can just turn around and kill his explorer, then move on.
Seems to either mind or notice though.
Yeah, he doesn't mind. He can get this trade post up in time, and then just turn around and snare it. No, snare it, snare it, snare it. Fight back, fight back.
Yeah. Run.
Yeah, you're running, and you still have them thinking of more HP. I mean, I guess it's not too conclusive. Age 1 is over. There's not really any more really good treasures that are going to like influence the game, and the explorer has served his purpose other than scouting, so I guess he doesn't care too much.
There's a couple good sellers. I mean, treasures out there. You got one bill, but
We see that he placed a barracks instead of a stable, because he's anticipating that he's going to be faced with crossbowmen. Oh, okay, this is nice. We're seeing a different strategy from Duolckrad. He sent 700 gold, now he's aging up, so he's going to go with Ottoman Fast Fortress, and I'm going to go ahead and talk on this subject a little bit. The cool thing about Ottomans, I mean, they're often looked at as like a silly civ to play, like, oh, you don't want to play Ottomans, it's a lame civ, but on the EP they're actually a lot more balanced. And the cool thing about Ottomans, if you look at his deck, this deck can be used for just about anything. He can play in Colonial, he has the 5 Musk, he has the 3 Huss, he has all the cards he needs to do that Colonial Jan Abus, or straight Jan. He has all the cards in Fortress that he needs to do a Fast Fortress timing with like Mamelukes and Spahi or any of that. But he can also go to Age 4 as well and send 12 Abus. So there's so many strats you can do with the same deck as Ottomans, and that's just a great thing.
and before I played India, I really did love the Ottomans. I never rushed with them. In my experience, for the people who don't know me, Howlingwolfpaw, and I play a lot of free for all. So that's tend to be H3, H4, and not fighting. And I just really like the Ottomans.
Yeah.
Basically, their infantry building barracks is so awesome, and you don't see that much in 1v1 games.
No, you don't, unless it's like a treaty game, 1v1, but in Supremacy, it's just definitely not a card that's played that often. I actually don't think he had that in his deck. Yeah, it's not even in his deck. Most players don't put it there when they get to those higher levels.
And I can see, because it's easy to walk a villager over, but if you got just like a few muskets that you can just kind of, that might be a lost a battle. I do this to FA players all the time. I might just scatter some muskets around and surround their base with barracks, all kinds of sides. Just one of the things I like to do.
Yeah, definitely. It's a fun thing to do. So,
Because you don't have the good for it. That means.
so Duolckrad is in Age 3, and he sent 700 wood in transition, gathered that up. He is going to get his infrastructure laid down. I'm curious to see if he's going to remain in Age 3, or if he's going to age up again.
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought how he was actually going to go for a raid instead of trying to stop those grapples and Ulans at his base.
I mean, all he has are those Hussar, and for Hussar, they can beat the Ulans, but they cannot beat those Doppels, and so he just prioritized going to raid instead.
Well, I thought he could have like maybe taken Minutemen at that point. I thought, because I just think he left himself very vulnerable, having no. But it worked for him. It did.
Yeah, he probably could have taken out all the Ulan and maybe even both of the Doppels, but he would have lost maybe all of his Hussar, or taken heavy damage on them all. So he prioritized having the full HP. Okay, so now SoldieR's aging up.
But love to see those are really great units. I mean,
Oh, I'm excited. I'm hyped. If we see what I think we're gonna see. He has all of his settlers on food except for one, which he has on wood. He has exactly 208 gold. He has not sent 1,000 gold yet.
do you think he's going to go down to
He's gonna do either an Ottoman fast revolt, or he's
Yeah,
just going to do a an industrial age timing. But both of those strats I like to see. Spahi fast revolt is so strong. Yeah, this Spahi can take down these Doppels easy. Like
yeah.
in mass, you wouldn't want to fight them, but in this kind of ratio, no big deal. And Spahi, for
Yeah.
those of you that don't know, they actually heal themselves over time. These are just such a great unit. They heal themselves over time. They have 3 splash damage, and they automatically upgrade whenever you age up. So they're just fantastic.
Now he has 3,600 food. So yeah, and 4,000 food stuff.
And
It looks like sorry, that was the wrong player I'm looking at. That soldier who has that much food stuff though.
yeah, SoldieR has almost all of his settlers in wood right now, which is not a very efficient resource to be gathering. Okay, so he sent Black Riders. I mean, I can see that that's the right answer to Spahi, but Duolckrad's aging up now. If he sees the Spahi, obviously he's going to pull back. He wants to keep these. Yeah, he's going to see the Black Riders, and he wants to keep these Spahi alive, so he's going to pull back.
And I did make a mistake. He does not have 4,000 food. There's a 0 behind the UI that made it look like 4,000. It was like 400 food.
That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he had 4,000 food.
Food, that's crazy.
Okay, so SoldieR sees exactly where these units are. He's going to push in. He's going to see the Black Riders. Either he's going to run away. Yeah, he's going to run. And he actually didn't get any of those units down. He just needs to get into his base. Maybe he can call like a Minutemen or something. I don't know. He just needs to push them off of him just for a second. Oh, man. Now, this is like the best answer that Germany has. And if it doesn't play out how he wants it to play out, then
Losing 2 villagers. It's half the economy of soldiers. And less military. I'm curious how this Volt might work out. It looks like you have to be. I don't know why you want it.
everything that Duck has is running on these Spahi.
Yeah, those Black Riders are now causing some more trouble. 2 more villagers just went down.
Oh, he could get an insane raid in right here. Oh, but he pulls back. Okay. Man, if he had pushed, he could have stopped the the outpost from going up and just taken out all of those. Alright, let's see if we're going to see a revolt or not. Revolt requires 1,000 of each resource, and he's not quite there.
Yeah, let's see. He doesn't have very much resources in the bank.
Yeah, and he's housed. Well, what Duck needs right now is time. And those Black Riders. Oh, Avis. Oh, perfect. Those Avis can focus down the Black Riders, and from that point, nothing SoldieR has can counter the Spahi. Because if he makes Doppelsoldners, the Avis are just going to take him down. And this gives Duolckrad what he needs now. Duolckrad needs time, and he's mostly Black Riders. He doesn't have enough Ulan to push into the Avis. So Duck can happily gather up 1,000 of each resource, and he can revolt, or he can just stay in Industrial and play economically with better units.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if he wants to take this Kratos back. They would not want to. It's like we got a couple more villagers going down.
Oh yeah, this is some fantastic raiding coming from SoldieR. It's 45 to 15. Like
15 villagers. That's
yeah, so really Duolckrad, he has no hope of catching up economically. It's just not going to happen. If he can, he's going to have to do damage.
He's got a lot of anti-cav out there. Still got 3 Spahis, but one's almost there.
SoldieR's gonna win this game.
Yeah, I don't see how they.
We're gonna see a good game coming from Duolckrad here momentarily, I believe. Yeah, now we're sitting at 9-1. They're gonna come in and they're gonna raid from the back.
Oh yeah. Got just a few Jamies there, but they're not gonna really. Really, Holder's got units coming from everywhere. 55 to 15 weak military, and then 48 to 14.
Yeah, Duolckrad just doesn't really have an economy to speak of. There's nothing he can do against his mass.
Yep.
And there's a good game, man. So game number 3 in the best of 5 series goes to SoldieR. He's catching up. Maybe we'll actually see him take the whole series 3-2, but be very impressive to see that comeback.
All right, let's see what map we have for next.
Start that poll. You guys got about 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the map voting.
We might see some Arizona that votes going for it. Three.
Alright, so Arizona won. And like I just mentioned in the chat, shout out to I Kill 4 Penguins. When I first started playing Age of Empires again, after, a huge break from like 2007, I saw his streams and I was like, oh, streaming, that's pretty cool, I want to do that. And so it's one of the reasons I started streaming, was seeing Mr. I Kill 4 Penguins, and I would talk in his stream and complain about how second lieutenants were kicking me out of their games, and now I'm a second lieutenant, and I make sure not to kick master sergeants out of my games. So
Circle and Wheel of Life. Continue.
the John P. Curtin, I'm guessing, I think I pronounced that right. He said home state, baby. Guess he was wanting to go for Arizona. all do we got watching here? Evil Cheddar, Musket, Ulan, Gibson, of course, Gustav Adolphus. How you doing?
A lot of regulars. Hello, everybody.
I see a lot of names that I haven't seen here before. And I would probably, you'd have to tie me up, string me up if I tried to say them all, because I'm bad at pronouncing some of these names. Ghost 007 wants to see Spain. It was Duck that played Spain, so SoldieR playing Spain will be pretty smart. They're pretty even on the patch, in my opinion. They both can go for a TP build. Okay, so he goes with France. Alright.
These are two schools I just hate fighting against.
Yeah.
I dread France. So bad. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fourth game in the best of 5 series between Duolckrad and SoldieR. So far the score is 2-1 in Duolckrad's favor. It's game point, and if Duolckrad takes this, then he will win the series. Fourth game is being played on UI 2.2 East Sauk, Arizona, which is actually probably my top 3 maps on EP as far as personal favoritism goes, so I'm excited to see how this goes down. And co-casting alongside me today is Howlingwolfpaw. Welcome to the game, Howlingwolfpaw.
Thank you. Glad to see some momentum created for SoldieR. Anybody's game at this point still. Here we are on Arizona. Beautiful textured map. Very interesting dark. Got some cliffs in the center. I'm not sure what natives are in there yet.
Yeah, for sure. This is a very interesting map. You've got the trade route with 4 posts on it. You also got 4 natives on here. You've got this very influential cliff in the center of the map, which really buys you some time as far as rushing goes. It can make a good point for walls to be made and whatnot. And on this matchup, both of these are very strong civilizations, even on the EP. But I believe that Portuguese does have the edge here with their ATP playstyle. The fact that their settlers do now cost 90 food. I think for a small period they cost 80. Oh, okay, so they're 85. You need to keep up with those patch notes. They keep changing. Curious to see which one of these players can pull out the win here. Portuguese has some very strong early defense. Colonial militia and having two town centers right next to each other, very hard to push into. At the same time, they can put that town center forward and perhaps put it right about here or here. My favorite strat with the Portuguese, I don't know if we'll see Duck try or not. I would love Duck to no end if we did see him try it, but not exactly the best build to do.
I really like to see some Apache raiding. Let's see some natives like raiding and using the advantage of. Apache are a very rare unit that is like a it's like a dragoon, but it has bonuses versus settlers with a special tech, and they could just decimate.
Yeah, for sure.
Range. And well, CBDs, do have a range resist, so they're not as good to raid them. But
yeah, for the best civ as far as settlers go, my opinion is France, because he's Critter Boy. They have more HP. They have range resist. They're just great settlers. They also gather faster. They're worth 1.25 settlers each. But in this matchup, I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. Honestly, this is just very port favored, and I'm not sure what he can really do.
France took the first great post, and it's like Duolckrad about to pick up a treasure. Wants to pick up a treasure for 70 food. That's almost a villager.
Yeah, on one hand, France wants to push into the port player early to damage his economy, but he also can't do that because of the strong defense that he gets early on. And then on the other hand, France wants to age up to age 3 and use powerful units against him, like the Gendarme and the Cuirassier and the Dragoon, but he also can't really do that comfortably either because in age 3, Duolckrad's going to have access to some strong goons as well, and Mamelukes, so it's just there's not really a good part in the game for SoldieR to have the game in his favor. But perhaps we'll see Duolckrad play badly, and that might open it up for SoldieR to take the win.
Well, he must have picked this matchup for a reason. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he's been practicing it.
it's interesting because I don't think he'll get this DP up in time.
Ooh, he does. He does have this Indian scout over here, though. 5-hand attack.
Like, he will get it up, but it's probably not losing control.
No, because the settler can just turn around and attack. The settler gets a base attack of 10 for hand combat, and it has a range attack of 3. And in hand-to-hand combat, it actually will beat this Indian scout down.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at that one. I was looking at the two hero battles, and Duolckrad did lose this hero. And now we have a little team up action.
This is interesting. Not something I've seen before. Bringing a courier way up to stop the TP from being built. That's actually really smart. He's going to combat this ATP build style. He's going to take down this foundation and kind of just postpone what Duolckrad wants to be doing here. And he's actually going to age up first. Oh, sorry, my bad. I just totally misread that. I didn't pay attention to Duolckrad having it already aged up. So Duolckrad aged up. He's placed down a stable. He's going to make 5 husks most likely. Then he's going to age up. I don't think he's going to play an aggressive colonial, but he may do that. There's always room to do that. Again, he's coming in. He's going to try to stop this settler from getting anything to be done. I like that. I like that Duolckrad actually brought in a new settler instead of the old one.
Yeah, that was smart. And then he also put his new TC right above this other trade post. Like he'll create a strong spot there where he can take it.
Yeah, for sure.
But then SoldieR ended up getting the other trade post here, and Duolckrad's explorer still tending his knee. France is making. He just has a stable.
And now Duolckrad. Oh no, that's actually the France explorer. He might actually take this TP down and take it, and if he can hold it, that could actually be really well. I mean, that could go very well for him if he can hold the TP line. That's the last thing that Duolckrad wants to happen. I actually haven't looked at the shipment sent up until this point. Let's actually do that. Yeah, he sent ATP, and so it's kind of a worthless thing to send whenever you can't hold on to it.
It's a really good card. I mean, that little attack that the Kratos has,
Yeah,
it just really means to devote a lot.
yeah, the 25 range attack. It essentially turns it into a little miniature outpost, and it gives you line of sight too. And man, so SoldieR actually did manage to take out this trade post, and I would like to see him just build on it. Yeah, he may end up losing it later, but he'll be able to benefit from it for the time being. And having it there means that Duolckrad can't build on it until he destroys it. So, kind of a win-win. I do see Duolckrad's explorer heading towards this area, though, and he might actually try to build on this. He does have the wood to do it. We do see the foundation going down. I would have liked SoldieR to have built on that. He had the resources. Maybe not what he wanted to use them on, but you want to deny these trade posts for as long as you possibly can.
Duolckrad just lost one settler.
On the same note, though, with really good micro, he can actually take out these 3 without losing any of his.
Kept the other trade post, but got to lose the score. Soldier has a little army coming in.
Yeah, 3 Hussar and 5 muskets are going to beat these 5 Hussar. Plus the Explorer. And for those of you lower PR players, it's always good to include your Explorer in your army because look at him. He has some decent attack. He actually has it set to hand attack right now. It looks...
So what's happening here? Looks like Soldier has a very nice threatening army.
Yeah, for sure. This is what he needs to be doing. Is, you know, keep the Portuguese player from booming, keep him from aging up. The 700 gold is on the floor and hasn't been gathered yet. That's actually the 600. He used the 700 earlier. And looks like Soldier got 700 gold of his own that he's gathering. Maybe he already got it up. He used it to supply all these Hussar. I would like to see him age up behind this. If he can do that, that'd be very nice. Hit age 3 before Portuguese does. Apply the pressure. Yeah, keep him off the coin. We see him on both sides. It's very nice. He lost a lot of units there, though. He only has 6 Hussar left. I wonder if the time that he bought was worth all those units he lost.
Got 3 more coming up.
Yeah. He's just going to raid a little bit more there. He's going to be able to click up first, though. He has 1200 food, and he's almost there on the gold, too. So Soldier will get to Fortress faster. Ooh, this is really good, actually. He's going to get at least 2 of these.
Yeah, this is just really, the plan I think is here to disrupt Duolckrad as much as possible, throw him off what he needs.
He got 3.
Changing his focus.
Took out a Hussar and Minutemen. This was a really good trade for him. Like, he got a lot of units, even though he lost 2 of his Hussar. And he successfully kept them off of his resources for longer. We see 700 food coming out of Duolckrad. Yeah, that 5 Huss. And these guys are low HP too. He has 3 low HP already, so he's going to lose this really hard. With good micro, Duolckrad won't lose a single Hussar. Yeah, he kept all his Hussar there. He has a couple that are damaged. He actually has 3 that are damaged, 1 that's really low, but Soldier's going to hit age 3 first, and what he does from there is going to be important. He's going to have to get a strong fortress timing while Duck is in age up.
Yeah, Duolckrad hasn't even begun yet.
Z. Getting some rating in, which is always nice. It is worth noting that Soldier put great coats on your Greater Boy, which is something that is really strong on the Greater Boy because it ranks him from 180 to 243 HP.
Like that, but Greater Boy just had the speed too. I mean, 4.5 for a regular settler. And that's a huge difference. It makes them just like able to outrun musketeers and their safe spot faster.
Yeah, some like the Greater Boy are worth 100 or 1.25 settlers because their gather speed, but their actual like the speed that they can walk helps too because it's less walk time from hunt to hunt.
Yeah, it's actually a big buff. I think it's one of the things that I'm kind of attracted towards France anyway. But so
yeah, so this is like the fortress timing that he has to get in. Duolckrad just aged up, and I really wish that Soldier had his units at each town center, because if he can kill this, that's a really big deal. And it looks like it's actually going to get away. And oh, he's putting it pretty forward. If Duolckrad knew, or sorry, if Soldier knew where it was at right now, he just ran over there. He could still snipe it, but doesn't think that's going to happen. if you want to put a Portuguese player on edge, just take out one of their town center wagons.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a really nice feeling when something like
I mean, he has Castadors coming out, which counter everything that that Soldier has in his base. He's actually got a pretty good surround with him right there. It calls Minutemen as well. Oh, he's going to clean this up really good, really strong.
it's hard to get these games.
Using the Dragoons to body block. This is nice. This is very nice. So, Duolckrad, he's going to take this, I think. Because at this point, he just has to stabilize now. He has superb map control. He has access to everything on his side of the map. Line of sight between this TP. Like, he could not ask for a better position to be in, really, except for the fact that he doesn't have the full trade route. That's the only thing that really went wrong for him this game so far.
Yeah, I mean, see if he pushes forward, or I don't know if I push forward into that tower. But yeah, I think he got the food come back with that doors. They're good units, but man.
Yeah, he's going to take these out. He might actually, yeah, he's going to take out both of the trade posts, and then he's going to get a stagecoach, and he's just going to benefit from that. Help his economy out even a little bit more. I mean, Soldier does have the economic advantage at the moment with those Corps de Bois, which are very strong, but it's not really going to matter. He doesn't have map control, and Duolckrad can boom out to 3 town centers.
Yeah, that's kind of helpful. He has lost 9 settlers total, but if he can get the trade route, like you said, that really even things up. And
Yeah.
with being able to free them already.
And you sent 1,000 gold. I'm curious to see if he uses this to make more units, or if he uses it to help him age up to the industrial age, which is also another good option at his hands right now. We've got Skirm Goom coming out from Soldier. This is a good mix there, but Castadors and his own goons is going to come down to who can micro better. 1 for 1, Castadors and Skirms. I believe that the Castador actually win in that. Yeah.
Well, those skirms do have an upgrade on them for hit point.
That's why there was so much.
What's that?
Oh, nothing. I was just kind of talking to myself over there. 50% range resist. I forget if anything was changed in the EP, because look at their other stats, and I don't know which one's actually better. But I could have sworn that on RE that the Castador were better than the Skirms.
Yeah, they are, but not with a point upgrade. They're pretty close, really. For most fights, I've done a lot with little calculations, and the doors will take between 1 to 2 hits, depending on what they're being hit by. But when you have like an upgrade,
Yeah. All Duolckrad has to do at this point is wait. He's going to outscale the French player. He has map control.
it should pick up that upgrade first. Soldier's gonna try to deny it. Will be able to. But it still helps that, it's not. Even though he did lose the Explorer again.
It's just so difficult to push offensively with Skirms and Goon, because they don't have a whole lot of siege, and they just spend for so long sieging down buildings.
Yeah, they're kind of going for a mirror style military here.
Yeah, it's basically the best thing that you can really send. In Age 3 and Age 4 is Goon Skirm. It's one of the best compositions. You can add in cannons, falconets in Age 3, and heavy cannon in Age 4, but like Duolckrad, he could easily, when he hits Age 4, just make heavy cannons and goons and just leave it at that. Jeanettes are so strong. Okay, so we see Mamelukes coming from from Duolckrad for this fortress time. This is exactly what he needs. Those Mamluks are really strong. 1450 HP, 40% range resist. Just put those on the skirmishers and win.
Really take that much.
And almost all of SoldieR's goons are gone now. These Mamluks are going to clean up. I wouldn't be surprised to see a good game come from SoldieR at this point.
Close, yeah. Well, I feel like SoldieR's still a pretty good job of raiding. He just took out 7 villagers, and still has like nothing left.
Yeah, all in all, as far as raiding goes, SoldieR's raided 16 villagers from Duolckrad, and Duolcrad's only killed 1 Cordobois. And even with that being said, Duolcrad's only 48. He's at 48 settlers to SoldieR's 48 Cordobois, and which recalculates as 60 settlers.
Yeah. Not that big of an economic advantage.
Yeah, ports are so strong. It looks like he sent 7 Castador as well, so he's like massed up really strong here. He doesn't have enough goons because he has no goons, so I would like to see more goons coming from him. But with that being said, like, could you imagine like just like a 10 pop of gendarmes? Ooh, 5 pop from gendarmes. Man.
I mean, that can really change.
Oh, and spies coming in too from... Oh man, these aren't enough spies. Like, the Mamluks themselves can destroy these spies just fine, but if he can get down just 2 of them... Yeah, now they're going to be focused down, the 150 HP spies. Ooh. I mean, Duolcrad's still going to win this, but oh man. Yeah. Spies are great against mercenaries, but against Mamluks, even they... Like, maybe with the Assassin's card, but it's no point in spending an entire card so you can take out the Mamluks.
Yeah, I mean, 150 hit points. I mean, they have a good attack, but hit points means a lot. I mean, we start taking out damage.
Yeah. And they have taken a lot of damage so far, too, so... He's actually going to lose another one to these skirmishers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he has one that's about half HP, another one that's almost dead as well. Okay, we see some more gendarmes, so he's going to hold this. Oh man, now we see some goons coming in. We got 8 goons. Gonna focus down. 3 cuirassiers he sends. It's hard to say who's going to hold this. All the Cordobois are coming in. They can focus down these goons just fine. Yeah, SoldieR can hold it, but what about his follow-up? He's just not going to have much of a follow-up. There's no resources to gather anymore. He's going to have to transition. Yeah, he doesn't want to be on mills right now.
That was well played by SoldieR right there, bringing those dirty boys in.
Yeah.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, as far as defense goes, like in that situation, he did fantastic. But the problem is the follow-up. Because look at where Duolckrad is now. He has the full trade route. He can get stagecoach. He doesn't even need to get stagecoach, and he can still win. At this point, just spam goons. Spam goons, age up. Make heavy cannon win. Yeah, and he sent the Dragoon combat card too.
You know, SoldieR's still 30 or 40 points ahead, so I wonder where that's coming from. Military population.
Yeah, he has a large military pop advantage right now. Well, I mean, it's not super large because we just saw some Duolckrad, but Duolckrad just lost a bunch of units, and so at the same time, SoldieR gained some, so we saw that disparity in the points, but it's going to close here pretty soon.
Power's about to go up. I don't know if the stop.
Interesting, we see a priest come from SoldieR. I mean, you might as well. You already have the church out because you made the spies. Make a priest, and it can slowly heal up some of these damaged cuirassiers. I mean, they're very valuable units. Take up 3 pop space. There's one that has 6 HP. Like, if you heal that all the way back up to full HP, it was a pretty good thing to do. The problem is it only can heal 1 unit at a time.
Doing pretty good here. Security boys are in a little trouble here. Two, three, four.
Yeah, if those were regular settlers, he would have lost like 5. Oh, I see two Falcons come out. I mean, those are going to be really strong against a primarily skirm army. But that's not what Duolckrad has. Duolckrad has goons and Hussar, so...
See a lot of settlers for Duolckrad. He's just transitioning to mills right now.
Yeah, he's setting up for the long game, and he's going to be able to do that very effectively.
Soldiers on berries, but he's gathering a lot of wood to get them.
Yeah, Soldier essentially lost the game whenever he failed that fortress push. I mean, he's making pikemen because he has no gold access right now.
Well, he made those. He didn't get a card for them.
No, he made those. He tried to build a town center up here so he could get access to this gold mine, but he failed at doing so. Isn't able to build that town center, and Duolckrad's actually taking that coin as we speak.
Yeah, it's a decisive move. It's good. He still has a couple mines in base too.
And we see walls coming in from Duolckrad. Duolckrad's going to age up. Setting all these very economic cards. He's got royal mint, he's got refrigeration, he's transitioning onto mills. I imagine he'll be upgrading the mills and whatnot if he isn't already. Yeah, he'll probably be doing that pretty soon here. Meanwhile, okay, yeah, so Soldier's just now starting to get his mills up as well, but he does not have those cards, refrigeration and royal mint. And so Duolckrad is just set up economically for the rest of the game. And he has an army, a very large army, as opposed to Soldier, who only has a bunch of pikemen and some cuirassiers and a handful of skirmishers.
So it looks like he is going to re-secure this mine, or at least get some real units again.
Yeah, and Duolckrad knows exactly where he is. Knows exactly that he is out of coin, and that's the mine that he needs. You can just pressure that, and the only thing that Soldier can make is wood units, and you don't want to make wood units in the Fortress Age going on industrial.
Yeah, that's too much.
I like to see that Soldier's trying to take the trade route back, though. Like, it's admirable.
Trade route makes a huge difference. I mean, just huge. Like, can't let people have it.
Yeah, it's a lot more useful earlier in the game, though. Taking it late game is not going to have much of an impact, although in this case, he can set both of those trade routes to coin, which he's in desperate need of right now. So, it can help a little bit.
Not sure what these ones are gathering at.
Duck is going to take this so hard. I would not be surprised to see a good game come out at this point from Soldier. Lost 1,000 resources from those Falcons, all of his army. He's just now getting refrigeration in about 3 minutes behind Duolckrad in that regard. He is set up for the long game, but Duolckrad has a wall up already. Has the army advantage.
He's got 87. I guess Soldier almost has max rated.
Yeah, so Soldier's almost to max bills also, so he's doing a really good job with maintaining bill production, but I don't think it's going to be able to help him win the game here. Military-wise, he has no single unit that he can make that really counters the majority of or the rest of Duolckrad's units, because all Duolckrad has to make are goons.
And he's even walling up right now. Trenton's being raided without
Crossbowmen. Oh man, veteran. We see veteran crossbowmen and veteran pikemen.
Walk right over those pikemen.
Hey, now they have 120 HP instead of 119 at range attack.
Soldier's best units right now are his villagers.
You're not wrong.
They are pretty good. I mean,
His villagers, they have more hand attack than the pikemen do. Granted, the pikemen have a bonus against cav. It's 5x versus cav, so they don't technically have more hand attack than them, but it's still funny.
more hit points. It was a good. I think it's a good effort to try and stay in the game, but without coins, you just are. All those gendarmes are really expensive.
I think it's funny to mention though that like pikemen, they have a 3.5 x bonus against light infantry, so they actually do some bonus damage against these Castador.
Well,
The Castador can
they
kite them.
don't. They're not light infantry.
They're not. Oh, that was a noob thing to say. Then I could have sworn they were.
I didn't know that for years, and finally made a new mistake and said to the wrong person.
That's
The
right.
person.
Their type is gunpowder unit range infantry. Okay, I was wrong there. Do skirmishers?
Yeah,
Do skirmishers fall into that category?
no, they're
I was
they're
misinformed
not
there.
light infantry, are like coyote runners and like tan shields and things like that, like melee, like cav, like I do that cav roll.
Okay.
But, yeah, I used to think they got bonuses first then, but
I'm trying to remember who it was that taught me that, because I was told if you can get your pikemen into hand combat with the skirmishers, then they will actually win. I'm like, okay.
I mean, actually skirmishers have bonuses versus them.
Interesting.
The Dolores.
It is interesting. The soldier's actually
Really?
doing okay, considering. Like, he's pushing Duolckrad with pikemen and minutemen.
Yeah, but I mean, he's almost 100 score points behind it now. I don't know how long he can be able to. I mean, I guess it's that the soldier still has an economy going. I mean, he's just trying to like buy time, I assume, at this point, save up some coin to do. Kind of just harass them, make them run around, get after these cheap fight victims. So my guess his strategy is at this point, because they're both at full pop economy, basically. So
Yeah, they're pretty close. Soldier's just behind 2 vills, and he just got them, so it's, even though they're at full pop economy and they're on their mills and stuff, like, Duolckrad's set up economically faster. Let's see if he has his mill upgrades.
now we have a push coming in from Duolckrad to the military facilities and houses and chasing some CBDs.
Yeah, Duolckrad just has the better units, and he is floating a lot of food right now. 5,000 food. I guess he just didn't macro properly for the long game. Imagine we're going to see him age up, though.
We'd go industrial, yeah.
Yeah, he's aging up right now. Like, why wouldn't you? I mean, you're fighting against pikemen.
Right. Make it a decisive victory. Hold this off a little bit, run around.
Yeah, and soldiers just, like, holding on for dear life here. I imagine as soon as Duolckrad hits up to age 4, we're going to see Soldier resign.
Yeah, let's see. Saving up his. No, he's making skirmishers. That's
He might barely hold this if he can get another batch of skirmishers out. Since economic theory, not much that he can send else at this point in age 3. Meanwhile, Duolckrad is aging up to age 4, and he has a shipment ready, and I think we can agree that he's going to send Genitors, which is insane. 5 line of sight, 5 range attack damage. Or sorry, 5 range attack range.
It's easy again. Yeah, he's 100 points ahead. But
Yeah, there's nothing that SoldieR can do. He's just prolonging his demise.
we should give him credit. He has managed to stay alive. Like, he's kept his economy.
Yeah, I mean, he's stayed alive this long. He has full economic pop. He's trying to send some economic cards to catch up here. Like, he's not doing bad, considering it's just his matchup is not a matchup that you want to take. They're both set up for the long game. They got their artificial fertilizer, their bookkeeping. They're sending their seed drill.
I wonder if Duolckrad will just continue Cazador and Dragoon, or add some kind of siege element to this army.
More than likely, what I would expect to see from him, we are seeing the factory going down right now. That's another Genitors card. Is he's going to make Dragoons, and he's going to make Heavy Cannon. And the sad thing is, Goon's Heavy Cannon counters every other composition.
Yeah, that really is strong. You have to have Bullhorns with that, like, through one chance just to Bullhorn, get Bullhorn.
I wonder if Duck's going to try to go to Imperial. He's floating a lot of food, and he's quickly catching up on the coin.
Well, I mean, he is almost at full population, so he's got 48 points. So that'd be kind of a nice win to be in real. I just realized SoldieR put a well set. I was kind of watching the engagement.
The military pop is 84 to 8. Soldier's now aging up, but what's he gain from aging up? He can make gendarmes. He'll get his factories. Yeah, that's it. He'll have access to gendarmes. So he'll have access to upgrade a unit for 1,500 wood, or sorry, for 1,000 wood, 1,000 coin, and he'll have access to his banks, or sorry, his factories.
Yeah,
and he hasn't banked enough coin yet, so
20.
Meanwhile, Duolckrad has an enormous army advantage.
Go out. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
It kind of, I thought we had some technical difficulties. Both tables are down or up.
There's some argument in the stream chat that full cuirassier counters Goon Heavy Cannon. Like,
I mean, pushed it. I mean, you just pushed. I think heavy. I mean, cures are really powerful. I mean, you have to kite with goons, but you can't kite with cannons. So they're gonna catch up to him and eventually kill him.
Yeah, I'd say cost effectively though, the goons will win behind walls, especially, and economically in this situation. Like, he can't fool cuirassier against this. He doesn't have the resources to do it.
No, yeah. I mean, you have to have like mass skirm, Goblin, hard counters to do that. Tapped out. fight the
I mean, Cuirassier, they do have the ranged resist, and they're just OP units. But I don't think we're going to see that.
Yeah, you have to fight asymmetrically and just like do like a cursor box into the Duolckrad base. And
Yeah.
like,
And we do see good game. So game number 3. Actually, sorry, point number 3 in game number 4 of the best of 5 series goes to Duolckrad, and SoldieR takes the series. I don't know, out of all those games, I think the first game was my favorite.
yeah, I don't have to say that was like the closest and could have gone either way at any point. It was a good Civ matchup.
For sure, for sure.
But no one played India, so but yeah, no one
Yeah.
played India. I was a little disappointed by that.